Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can do freelancing, and in case if you don't know what freelancing is, go Google. Google is the best way. Okay, so basically freelance is one of the method, one of the technique you use to avoid spending huge bucks on expensive tube-shaped lens. Well, tube-shaped lens is supposed to be using for architectural photography. And people discovered that, hey, it's actually a very fun effect to use, and look at all these pictures. So this effect's proven to be more popular than the actual use of the tube-shaped lens itself. But this tube-shaped lens isn't cheap, so it costs at least $1 or $2 for that. So a lot of people start to use the freelance as a very useful technique. So here I'm going to demonstrate how you can do that, and especially with the lens I'm going to introduce later, which is the Olympus kit lens. Okay, so we have the lens here. Let's assume the lens element here, and the lens project image here, which is exactly the same place where the sensor is. So the moment, the lens was designed to focus to infinity directly onto the sense where the sensor is. Okay, so the moment when you, the lens cap is on, but I'm not going to do anything anyway. So the moment you detach the lens and tilt it, you're basically changing the focusing plane here. So problem with this is that, but the moment when you do that, when you bring the lens away from the sensors, you may not be able to focus to infinity, and you have to experiment with some lenses, which some lenses allow you to tilt a little bit, or some lenses simply doesn't allow you to. And chances is you will just be able to focus object which is much closer, but you cannot focus object which is far apart. So here I'm going to show you next a very cool thing I discovered about the Olympus kit lens. So here you have the Olympus kit lens. So this lens was designed to collapse, so that it's more compact to carry. And now that you understand the mechanics of the freelancing, which I explained just now, then you will understand how cool this thing is. So the moment you collapse this lens, you actually bring the entire elements closer to the lens, to the sensor. And when you do that, your focusing plane is actually much further back. Now you might understand why this is so cool. Because now what lenses collapse, and when you do the freelancing, you have much more room to play with. So you can bring the lens much further away, and you can still focus in infinity. So let me show you some pictures, or sample pictures I took with this method.
There's a new girl everyone's dying to meet. By her looks you can tell the ship is sweeter than sweet. Jaw drop and leave you with your words unsaid. Got every man in the room turning their head. Classy when she passed me like I'm not
Now
even there.
for the more advanced. Well, most of the time if you do the freelancing method, your image is most likely quite blurry because the lens is not designed for that. So you may want to stop down the aperture. So this is what you can do. Now, the problem with the freelancing is that you lose all the electronic contact, and you cannot autofocus, nor can you control the aperture. So one way to tackle this problem is using the depth of field preview button. After you engage the depth of field preview button, what it did is actually you will close down the aperture. So press and hold that button. Let the apertures close down, and while you're doing that, detach the lens. So with this method, you can do a lot of special effects with a really cheap lens. Compared to those 2K, 3K lens, professional lenses out there, screw that. You have your very own tube-shaped lens. I would also like to mention my previously designed DIY tube-shaped lens Mark 1, which you can also find the link below for more details. So this tube-shaped lens Mark 1 is different because I actually included all the electronic contacts, so you can still do a lot of things with that. Thanks for watching again. I hope you find this useful. Please visit the links below for more details as well. And if you're too free on YouTube, please check out my other camera DIY videos.